hello everyone, welcome. We are Thursday, which means we are playing Witcher. I'm Simon at Wandering DM. I use he, him pronouns, and I will be the game master for this session, game, thing. We have a new player tonight. I'll let them introduce themselves after we've gone through the other players. Let's say hi to the two of our returning characters. Yutsai is just not here tonight. He'll be there next week, so we'll have Joanna next week. But in the meantime, let's introduce the two people who are here today. So we'll start with closest person to me on the overlay. It's Hannah. Welcome back.
Hi, I am Hannah, she, her, and in this game I play Asa, he, him, who is a fully grown and mature Witcher who definitely has not made any terrible mistakes recently. I'm very excited for our new player. I cannot wait to see what you come up with, and I'm very excited to integrate you into our story where nothing goes wrong.
That is true. Everything always goes your way. And speaking of characters who are mature and have never made a single mistakes in their long lives, it's Norden. I mean, the character that Norden playing, but yeah. Hi. Uh-oh. We might have lost the Norden.
No, I've never made a mistake. That's correct.
Oh,
I've lived very long, and I've never made a single mistake. That's me. No, I'm here. I think I'm on a delay. That's all right. My name is Nurli Kadir. My pronouns are he, him. I'm going to try and disconnect and reconnect right after introducing myself, just to see if that helps. And I play Gulshan Nasir, the witch of the crew, fighting from his past and pain by, becoming a magical healer, also known as the Bloodweld. And that's me. He, him, he, him. I'll be back.
And good. And last but not least, our newcomer to this campaign. Welcome someone that I have been playing with a little bit here and there, GMing a little bit here and there, and finally snagged him for a long campaign. The person who introduced me to Legend Keeper, actually.
I find that to be a personal honor. That this is one of my favorite game campaign tracking tools. I don't know. I just use it for all kinds of stuff now, not just gaming. Hi everybody. I'm David, High Shelf David from High Shelf Collective, here to play Witcher. We will find out what this character is. We haven't actually made the character yet, so that's gonna be fun. We're gonna discover this person, this entity, give them form and function, and then see how they play well with others.
Cool. Norden, your camera quality is a lot better all of a sudden, so I think whatever issue you had is gone.
Here's hoping.
So, David, to recap a little bit of what we talked about in the green room, we went through our lines and veils for people watching in chat. We went through that. I also sort of introduced the campaign. I'm just going to talk about it again. We are in 1270. Quick, I need my calendar. 1275? 1273. 1274. The period of time that will be known as the Time of Judgment begun in 1273 after the end of the Third Northern War. Emperor Radovid I united the North against Nilfgaard, pushed their armies back to beyond the Yaruga, and in most places, I should say, and unified what was once known as the disparate realms of the North into one big empire. And, well, Radovid being Radovid, he immediately started cracking down on those undesirables that were undermining his rule or undermining his vision of what his empire should be, namely non-humans and spellcasters. He's got a cadre of witch hunters that are patrolling the realms, the Empire actually, looking for trouble. And so we're living in this sort of authoritarian rise of a fascist dictatorship, which, I mean, for the Middle Ages is kind of on par. It's just this time Radovid, instead of, ruining the lives of only one kingdom, he ruins the lives of everyone, basically half the known world, or at least the map that I have. That said, few players will play a role in the, shaping what happens during the time of Judgment. Perhaps how it ends, perhaps not. This is a sandbox campaign where there are events happening here and there, even while the players are asleep or while their characters aren't necessarily somewhere. They've witnessed it a little bit with the prefect Absalard of Dravograd, who left the village of Ban Macid to go to Ban Glean, and they sort of crossed path with him after saving him once and then leaving him to recover at the Flushed Priest in Ban Macid. And now he's going to a bigger city, accompanied by a group of people that looked like ill-equipped farmers. But you decided not to follow or to approach, and instead kept going on your own, and Wreath, Ari's character, now retired in a way, became a hermit in order to try to make sense and control the curse that had been afflicting their character for centuries now. And one of the things that was sort of discovered during our last session is, or at least end of that last chapter, was that the reason why Gulshan couldn't really fix the curse is because it's tied to much more than a single factor. And it affects it feeds on and affects the world around Wreath. And they encountered in the Sherwood Forest the last person who was cursed and who vanished once their wisdom had been passed on to Wreath. And then Wreath picked up the mantle of Hermit and will wall themselves from the world to at least get a hold of it. As the curse was becoming more and more lethal, their hallucinations, their ghosts were able to affect them in the physical world. And that was becoming dangerous. But that was just one part of the many things that are happening. My players have no idea what I'm doing with the knives they gave me during character creation. The reason we're here tonight...
We love that.
It's for me to get more knives, but also to integrate this new character into the fold and add you to our relationship chart and sort of know... Basically, David, I didn't explain that during the green room chat, but when we are low on players, if we're missing 2 players, we, instead of continuing the main campaign, we have what we've been calling a flashback episode. So sort of like the short stories that you have in The Last Wish or in, was it Sea of Storm? Hannah, what was the other one that had the short stories in it?
Sword of Destiny.
Sword of Destiny, thank you. You, from time to time, will have like these one-shots, if you will, of they're continuing one-shots, in fact, of how did the 2 players that are available that week, how did their character meet in the distant past? So we have one with, well, Norden and Hannah, but not exactly their character, because Asa, being a very mature witcher at 18 years of age,
Hey,
19.
19.
Oh, gee, sorry. I have to admit at that age, 1 year is like, like 5% of your lifespan. Right. But Gulshan, being a mage, has lived for centuries. So what we did for that specific relationship is Gulshan has a relationship with Asa's mentor, So the Witcher that was mentoring him before. Joanna is our crafter. She's a human from a little town somewhere in Nilfgaard, and her entire family is out to get her because she won the lotto, basically. She won big one time, and then her entire family decided to go after her. And then Joanna has, a link to Asa, a link to Golshan. And so will you, new character, have a link to all three of them too.
Okay.
Because as with everything Witcher, fate has a way of merging threads here and there and having people meet not once, not twice, but multiple times over the course of their lives.
Naturally.
So, did you have ideas, concepts for this character?
Yeah, well, should I give the joke concept that I was pitching before we even got into the green room? Can I tell chat what I
Absolutely
initially led with? Okay, good. So chat, I was completely prepared to show up today playing Davide, who has a cursed breastplate that he can't take off. That makes him really fast in combat, and he has like this wicked backstory where like his mom dies, right?
His mom was a healer, right?
Right, yeah, and she
Yeah.
like somehow like had a moment where she possessed this breastplate, but was like trying to sell it. We don't really know, but he's like really fast in combat, but is not very strong,
Yeah.
and it's like cursed. He can't take it off, and it like keeps growing and getting bigger on his body. And I was like, well, maybe that's been done before. I don't know.
Yeah.
Sorry, your
So-
breast gets bigger with every.
The plate on my breast
Oh,
gets bigger.
that's
Right,
different. Yeah.
right, yeah. It's very important to draw that.
You're not
distinction.
Power Girl. Got it.
Yeah,
That's
you
right,
you
that's right.
eventually have weird physical what's the word I'm looking for?
Deformations.
Well, not deformation, but like your body ratio is all fucked up at some point.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that would mean that you would have a friend whose arms are longer than his entire body for some reason.
I would need that. Yeah, that would just be
Yeah.
somebody round.
And then like a 3-foot tall halfling with a shotgun.
Right. We
Um,
don't know how the shotgun happened, but it happened.
I meant dwarven crossbow. Sorry.
Right. It has like it shoots like 6 crossbow bolts all at once.
Yeah, and a mage who wants to go to the moon.
Mhm.
Am I missing
we-
someone?
We've written this. It's all figured out.
Yeah.
So no, that character is not happening tonight. As funny as that may be, I don't want to do that. It's just a little luck.
I mean,
I-
if you want to push the joke, one that hasn't been made yet is a reporter. Because the second season's not out yet.
Oh boy. All right. So, no, here's the deal: is I've been sitting on these Witcher books for literally years, reading and wanting to try things, and what has drawn my eye today is the druids in Tome of Chaos. I heard you say that they're in a forest right now, so I was like, well, that's kind of easy. If they're in a forest, I could quite easily be a druid of either this forest or of forests. I understand that some druids will travel.
Yeah, a lot of them will go from one sort of circle to another. There are druids that have like lost their circles and they just find refuge with like another. You have some that are going to go from like one place. Like the circles are basically their like location, right? That they're whatever they want to call it, a grove or whatnot. And they would go from like one to another to like trade, not just lore and news, but also, rituals or magic, or even train in like one of these circles. Like, oh, that circle is really well known. Like, for instance, there was the circle of, oh god, it's the circle that Geralt's mom is a part of. Great, I forgot the name of it. Anyway, their circle had started because they were facing extinction. Irrelevancy irrelevancy, I should say.
Mm.
They had begun the Circle of Mayena, and they had begun crafting basically like souvenirs. They opened up a gift shop, and they were crafting magic amulets, fake magic amulets for the most part, that they would then sell to travelers and sort of get funds to then maintain their circle with that. And so, someone from the Circle of Mayena could very well visit other circles for whatever reason, or other circles that are having trouble could go to Mayena and be like, hey, I heard that you found a way to survive. Oh, by selling your soul to capitalism. Cool,
Right.
cool.
Right. Yes. Merchant trade. Yes. I love. Yeah. I'm down for being a part of a circle that is maybe like struggling, or has been eradicated, and maybe they're on the hunt or search for either a new circle, or maybe they have like scraps of information about where like other members of their group may have fled to or been, right? And so I think that would be that would give me like kind of the reason for them to be out, right? And exploring the world and amongst the world is like they're in search of what they've lost. And I'm kind of leaning in that sort of direction, that they have a personal quest to get back to safety, and they won't really feel that safety until they rejoin or find a new circle to be a part of.
Nice. Okay. Druid, have you thought about species?
I have not.
So we have available, because you're a druid, some of them you can't, because they don't do magic. Can't be a halfling.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you can be a halfling druid, just you're not gonna have a class druid.
Right.
It's gonna be different. Let me see. Do I have because I have all my books here, but I thought I had pinned something in our Discord for that. But maybe not. Maybe not. Nope. So let me just grab the list of playable races. We have, of course, humans, elves, not dwarves in this case, because they can't. And then from the Book of Tales, there are also the Vran, the werebubs, and the gnomes. The Vran are the lizard folk. There's, 100 of them left in the world. The werebubs are the cute little beaver guys. They're not supposed to be super cute, but anyway. The art that they used in the book makes them look super cute. So the werebubs are... the other translation for it would be a bugbear.
Sure.
And they can also be spellcasters. They have... they're a bit more numerous than the Vran, but most of them have escaped to faraway places, mostly the Mahaka mountain range, because they can survive in harsh environments. So they're a little bit more numerous than the Vran, but they are like the Vran and the werebubs are the two sort of least encountered races on the continent. The third one then would be the gnomes, because gnomes tend to just spend all of their time under the ground. They don't really see a point of coming out. And then you've got, from the main book, of course, humans, and then elves. And from Lords and Land... Oh, but the halflings don't have magic, so...
Right.
No halfling for you.
That's fair. The gnome sounds kind of interesting, and of course go to
Give me just a quick second here.
I like that.
I just wanna put a caveat somewhere.
Should we worry?
Maybe. It might just open. You know what? You could also go dwarf.
What does that mean when you say something like this?
Well, so technically in the Witcher universe, you don't have dwarf spellcasters.
Okay.
They don't do magic. They're unable to have a vigor threshold in game terms, which means that they cannot do magic. Period. Technically, the only two races that can do are humans and elves, but because of this campaign, because of things that the players aren't aware of, all of you, to some extent, dwarf could also work, but then we'd have to talk. But your idea of a circle that was destroyed and everything just pigged me a thing.
See, now I kind of have to. I really want to do this. I mean, to be like one of only dwarven druids on the search to find other magic casting dwarves of any kind, maybe even other druids. That could be quite
Well, for
harrowing.
sure you wouldn't encounter any mages. That's the they don't. Technically, all magic comes from the same place, but I will say technically.
Right.
I gave a very long lecture about that to Joanna the other day.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. And I think that one of the druid circles I was looking at, the one that's like was there with the first tree, before the boats of the humans showed up, feels like a cool circle to I want to explore that one a little bit more. So maybe I do stick with elf, and then it's quite clear. I am still
It's awesome. I won't
curious-
have to change the overlay.
Oh, that's good.
Wreath was an elf.
Oh,
You inherit the elf box on the overlay. So
That's so funny. That's so funny.
Not the
Um,
elf box.
Mm.
You can be whatever
it's the
box you
Scoia'tael
wanna be.
box.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. I knew that. Okay. Just have to bring Simon up to speed. Okay. So yeah, I want to say I'm still curious about what this dwarf business all is, but I think the circle that I was looking at, it kind of spoke to me of like trees of life and the how that spreads and how like there have to be people who take care of that, and have maybe centuries long devotion to that, could be really compelling. So I think I'm gonna go elf on this one.
Nice.
Okay, I'm just gonna write that down on my handy
Yep,
little
yep,
character
yep.
sheet.
Hello, new chatter. Hello. Hear me out. I want to be a Grey Warden. I mean, you can be a Grey Warden if you want. I can poison your character, but you can pretend that you're fighting dragons.
I like how you're allowed to pretend anything you want.
Yes.
Yeah, it just means that you have to make up the Grey Wardens in Witcher.
You have to
You
create
have to come
them.
up with the idea
Yep.
and start a club and convince everyone to drink blood from something.
Right.
Monsters probably. And then you're fine. Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. As for status, we're using good old point buy. And then of course things can be modified because you're an elf, or, because of your life path events and all that. But you start with 65 points.
Okay. Let's see here, and I'm gonna look.
If I remember right,
at,
it was 65 points.
I'll look at the elven perks in a little bit. I'll just work on the points first, and then
Yeah.
go back and grab that stuff. Let's see here.
Where is nothing? Yeah.
You should know where.
Yeah, I
things-
think players. Nordin Hannah, correct me if I'm wrong, but it was 65 and then modified for. Or was it 64 and then modified for life paths and races? I'm looking at
my
your character
stat
sheets,
total
but no
right
one
now
has
is
the same stat
65.
total.
My stats are 65. I don't know what to tell you.
What about Ace?
I'm muted. It must have been 65 then, because I get natural penalties for being a Witcher.
Yeah, that's
Because
right.
and I
Yeah.
have 64.
And then you got yeah. So it is 65. That makes sense.
Okay.
So 65 points to spread wherever you want. Yeah, because it's there you go, found it. Halfway point between average and skilled.
Yes, love that. And I'm just gonna double check. Is there any like penalty for? I'm trying to see if there's like. I forget if in Witcher you start to spend more points if
Nope,
you're gonna
never.
go higher in the thing. Okay.
It's 1-for-1 the whole
For
way.
now, once you get IP, then yeah, it'll start working like that.
Yeah.
But for character creation, not at all. Also, don't forget to put points in your luck stat, or if you're like me, put point
Point.
in your luck
Point
I
stat.
also
singular.
have points.
You're good to know what sort of player you are. I do like a bit of luck. It is nice.
It is nice.
Let's see here.
I'm on the
And-
run, man. There's
and
no
I
luck
think-
here.
Right.
And
No,
I think
get
that, now that we're going into points, I'm gonna take a quick second to talk about changes to some of the rules. We talked about it in the green room earlier a bit, and I teased the players about it in chat a few weeks ago about changes to combat, slight changes to combat. But speed being the stat that you need to know how far you can move in a round and all that, is also the stat that you are going to deplete whenever you dodge. Basically now, when we get rid completely of reposition, and dodge, which now uses either athletics or dodge escape, whichever is higher, whichever is most beneficial for the player. Whenever you dodge, you have to move 1 square. You can move more than 1 square if you want to, but you have to move at least 1. And of course, that's taken out of your speed. So if you charged headfirst into danger and you used all of your speed to run, well, then there's no dodging possible. You can block, you can parry, you just can't dodge. And that goes also for the monsters, by the way. But that also means that if you corner someone and they cannot possibly move, they also cannot dodge. And
Are we
so,
taking that from our speed, or are we taking that from our run?
from your speed. Yeah, if you run, we're just gonna calculate, because I think run is like times 5 or something like
3.
that. Times 3.
Times 3.
So like if you run, and you run, let's say, what's your speed, Gulshan? 5?
5.
So let's say you run like 12 squares. Well, then you have like 1 speed left. Right, because 12 out of 15, you got 3 left, and then... mostly, I don't think it's going to affect your characters as much as it's going to affect a lot of monsters. But it also opens the door to tactics and strategy on your part. You know, bait a monster to charge, then, you know, they're too out of breath or too, like, off balance to be able to dodge, and then you can, you know, attack them. You know, agile monsters like a Katakan, for instance.
So the question then becomes, have this issue where we're both subtracting our speed, and we're also subtracting stamina for every defensive action that we make?
No, at this point, the defensive action stamina drain no longer applies because it's your speed
Okay.
that gets.
That's technically better for me. More spells.
Yes, but also, if you get attacked so many times that you cannot dodge anymore, you have to rely on blocking or parrying. The other change that I've brought to combat is to bring... by the way, players, this is available in the player corner on Legend Keeper. It's called House Rules. I've put it up for all of you to see and to read. But basically, like in Cyberpunk, range attacks are going to use a static DV. I've already entered them on your sheets. I think I have the 2 players here who do not use ranged... Oh no, hand crossbow for Asa. So, Asa, if you roll like your crossbow attack, you'll see in chat, under effect, you'll have the DCs that you need to roll to hit. I've done it with Joanna. You can see her thing in the chat box on Roll20. So with the hand crossbow, for instance, for Asa, you need a 13 to hit at close range, 17 at medium, 20 for long, 22 for extreme. So when you roll your skill check, we now roll all of the attack rolls in range. We always say that it's close range. That way there's no math that goes in. It's always close range. And we look at these DCs to see if we hit or not. It means normal people can no longer dodge arrows and bolts. They can block them. Witchers can parry them. But there's no more dodging of arrows and bolts. Kind of like there's no more dodging of bullets in Cyberpunk. It also makes it a little bit closer to the old adage of you didn't need a whole lot of training to be good with a crossbow. And in fact, here it shows the crossbows are easier to use than the bows, but they have, they still have all of the penalties of taking longer to reload. They can't do fast attacks with them. Actually, bows either you can't, but thrown weapons you can still do fast strikes or strong strikes. If you start throwing knives and stuff, you can throw more than one at a time. We're gonna test these out over the course of, I don't know how many combats we're gonna do and if it's ever gonna happen a lot. I know that Yutsai, by virtue of being Joanna with a crossbow, she'll end up shooting quite a few times. These rules are going to help her a bit in combat, in the sense that Joanna will know sort of, okay, well, I can reliably hit of course, my test skill roll, I rolled a 29, so that doesn't quite work. But on average, she should be able to shoot up to medium range with no problem. Like, she needs to roll a 3 on a d10. So that should be, like, reliable. She's not a sniper, but she doesn't have to get close to people so she can get, like, the most bonuses possible in front of these opponents. I don't know if I was clear or I just vomited too many things at once. But again, they're all on Legend Keeper if you want to read them now or later. There's also another thing to combat round people that have a readied, and that goes for The Witcher, for Joanna, maybe for David, new character. If you have a ready crossbow already in hand, and it's already loaded, you can fire even before we do initiative. It's kind of the fast draw maneuver that you could do. You can still do fast draw, by the way. It's just for ranged weapons. You can just loose an arrow immediately if it was already loaded and everything. But then, if the people that you encountered were not supposed to be aggressive or whatever, or hostile, and you decide to shoot at them before anything happens, well, that's on you. And elves, by virtue of being able to draw and string a bow as a free action, any elf can just draw, string, pull, and fire a bow with a -3 penalty before initiative goes in. So Scoia'tael are going to be a lot more dangerous. Thankfully, you're not supposed to cross path with them. Or to cross blades with them. Right?
Yeah. You just said they're not in the game, really. So, like,
No. The war's
I'm never
over.
gonna worry about that. Yeah.
Why would we have pockets of freedom fighters?
Yes. Okay. I think I have stats if you would like to check me. Oh, wait.
Sure. I can check you out. Oh, I'm just gonna put your HP immediately. There we go. Because the way the sheet calculates everything, if you're not at full HP, it sort of lowers all of your stats.
Oh, yeah. I was wondering what was going on over there.
Yeah,
Thank
it
you.
does it automatically. So the moment you fall under a certain threshold, your wound threshold basically, or when you're dying, it'll halve or quarter your stats immediately. So all the math.
I thought that's what that was. I thought that was like probably just a wound threshold thing, like in Cyberpunk.
Yeah, same
It's been a
thing.
minute since I've been hurt in Witcher, so I kind of forgot
That's
what
okay.
it's like to be lower hit points.
How many sessions did it take for Joanna to lose a leg? 6? 5?
Was it that many?
Huh?
Felt like she lost a leg pretty quickly.
It was session 7.
Good.
Wow.
Yep. Yeah, session 7. Yeah, that looks good. That looks like you are very intelligent. Very willful.
Yep.
Well, you and I are going to have some long conversations.
Sure.
And I believe you are the luckiest member of this group. No, second luckiest member of the group.
I'll take it. I'm fine being second.
By like a hair. All right, then let's go and enter. Oh, before we do that, on your sheet, if you go under settings,
I see it.
I have my template here. Let me just go and look at under character. You can check the following boxes. You're gonna have to like expand the character menu because it doesn't show up automatically.
Yeah.
Count ×2 skills.
Okay.
Show magic and spell tab.
Okay.
And if you want, show defense bases. It's a lot easier to find like what your bonuses to dodge or block and stuff like that is, because they're like pre-calculated on your sheet. The ×2 skills is going to be useful for the next step of character creation, where you're gonna spread your skills around, figure out how many points you have left and all of that.
Yeah.
I also personally use the use skill indicator thing because I like to only level up the skills that I've used, but that's my personal preference. If you want the most complete character sheet possible, then every other option from inventory down to weapon templates, this is all sort of quality of life improvements on the sheet. You can check whichever you want. I would say whenever you want, but if you check like certain things in inventory and you want to check them, it's going to hide whatever you've written in those sections.
Gotcha.
That said,
I'm good.
I believe everything else is calculated automatically. So let's get you your. Do you want to do skills first, or do we go with your life path first?
I like discovering who they are through life path, and then kind of using that to inspire skills. It's just personal preference.
Nice. All right, then.
Is there a druid specific life path?
No.
Okay.
Do I wish there was? Yes.
Yeah.
Did I unofficially start doing that? Yes. But there's no, unlike Cyberpunk, there's no sort of like centralized fan-made things like a DM's Guild or whatever, because of rights and all that in the game. So
Naturally.
the druids just use everybody else's life path. The thing is, though, you are an elf, and so you can be way old if that's what you want. If
Good to
you
know.
are,
Oh, roll 20.
normally, life events happen every 10 years. You're going to roll an enormous amount of times on life events if you decide to do it every decade. And a lot of the things you're going to roll, especially if it's allies and enemies, for the most part, they're all going to be dead of old age. While it's fun for flavor,
Or elves of their own
it's a
volition.
lot of like
Yeah.
dice rolling for almost nothing, because you can come up with the flavor yourself, right? So what you can do, should you choose to do it, is to roll every, I think it was every 20 years.
Oh, I think we did 5. We maxed out both Reith and I at 5.
At 5? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, maybe we
Five's
only
good.
worry about the 5 most recent things, right? So, like, what is the last 50 years?
Yeah.
Basically,
then-
Makes sense.
And then we have this, like, murky, deeper past that,
yeah.
look, you're just full of knives in there. There's just the knife drawer, right?
The Wreath was 351, so, would have rolled 35 times.
God damn.
But yeah, it was, thanks for reminding me, it was 5 max, which makes sense. So, to begin with your life path, we're not talking about your life events, but really the very beginning. I would like to know, depending on how old you are, do you predate certain kingdoms? For instance, were you born 200 years ago, and Dol Blathana was not like the recognized Elderland country for elves. In the game right now, if you're playing a non-human, you can choose Dol Blathana as your origin, or you can choose Northern Kingdoms, or you can choose Nilfgaard.
I think that, like, it would be very interesting if this character was older than Kingdoms, and maybe is a bit annoyed at like having a lot of understanding of like the older kingdoms that aren't around anymore, and having to like learn what the new structures and power structures are.
Because for instance, Dol Blathana was an elf kingdom for years until about 100 and some odd years ago.
Okay.
So if you are 100 and some odd years, you might have sort of grew up knowing that Dol Blathana like was a lost place, and then over the course of your life became an elven kingdom again.
Yeah.
So that can be a thing if you want. Most of the other kingdoms, you'd have to be, I think, a little bit too old.
I mean, I predate Kovir, so Kovir is pretty new.
It's true. Is it, 200 years for Kovir?
It's just under. It's like 150. Because I fought for Kovir's separation.
Independence,
ages
yeah.
ago.
Where could a growing boy find out about these kingdoms, so I understand what I'm talking about?
A lot of them are like on the Witcher wiki or in the books.
Shit. Okay, fair enough. Right, yeah,
But
got it.
let's go with something more generic then. What about that circle? Did you grow up as a druid from the get-go, born and raised by hippie parents?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember Illyrin's rebellion?
Oh yeah.
I was
We can
not
talk
around
about
for that. That was after my time.
Yeah, but like it was very important to Wreath's life
Mm-hmm.
because that's when everything went to shit in our life. But yeah, depending on if you were raised in that circle, then we can also look at where is this circle located geographically on the map, and then we can go on from there.
Right. I think which circle was that? Was that Cade, Mirkbid?
I have them here. You said Keramig Ked, Cade Murgvid. Toussaint.
Well, hold on a second. It was the one that was here before humans came.
There's a lot of them.
Sure, but they were specifically focused on like the first trees.
I
The first
don't
tree.
think it's Cade Murgvid, because Cade Murgvid is a more recent one. There is the Circle of Bleoberis, which they worship like what is probably the oldest tree on the continent, like in the world.
The first tree. There it is. Yeah. Dark Forest north of Gorvelen. This great oak. Believed to be the first tree on the continent. Yeah.
Gorsvelen is in Temeria. You have your Roll20 open. Let me ping where it is.
Hold on. Roll20 has done the thing where it's moved my character sheet. Let me see if I can just read.
On like a separate window.
No, it's like moved the character sheet is now gone north of where I can click. So
It does that, yeah.
yeah, it's great. I love what they've done with the site. Okay. Can you do?
I'm still pinging.
You're still pinging.
You might have to zoom out and
Sure.
go towards the coast on the
Okay.
left side of the map.
Oh, okay. I see the ping now. It was like it was kind of hidden amongst the thing, but I see Gorvelen. Okay.
Yeah. There you go. So Gorvelen being sort of a location in, or near a location in Witcher 3.
Nice. But we are currently in a completely different forest, correct?
You are in Sherowed, which is that teal line
Yeah.
with a little green dot.
Mm-hmm.
That's thereabouts where the play. Of course, when we go, we jump into play for our next session. We can time skip and move the group closer to where or when they will meet you.
Gotcha. I'm certainly fine with them growing up in Gorvelen and knowing the kind of old ways or the like being trained in the like the early stories of the circle. And then yeah, I think that maybe what they've been doing for the last several decades is probably establishing or trying to like recover something away from Gorvelen and where the circle is originally from. Like they've been on a walkabout for a long time.
Cool.
And are not, you know, they may have a place to bed in Gorvelen, but it's not. They haven't been there
In
decades.
ages, yeah.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna have another question for you. If Gorvelen lies on the border between the kingdom of Sidaris and the kingdom of Temeria. If you look in the core book on page 25, Sidaris is this coastal kingdom, mostly known or has a reputation for their sailors. It's a very small place. Essentially, would you want to have a +1 in sailing come from Sidaris, or a +1 in charisma come from Temeria? We're talking, of course, if you want to look at it from a mechanics point of view.
Right. I think that I think that charisma makes more sense for a druid, unless I'm like some sort of ocean-going druid, which I don't think I am. I think I'm
Okay.
quite well landlocked. He would probably get quite seasick if he were, you know, even just in the ocean for a minute. Like I don't think being on a boat is going to be very agreeable to this person. So
Then you come from Temeria, my friend,
lovely. Thank you
and you have a
for
+1
helping me.
in charisma.
Thank you for helping me figure that out. Let's do that important job there. Okay.
And then we're going to start rolling for familial fate.
Okay.
And that's a D10.
All right. Do I there's probably not like a pre-boxed one, so I'll just grab a D10 here. Roll that out. 7.
7, that's an odd. Something happened to your family.
Oh dear. Good
Can
luck.
you roll
Good-
another
good.
D10?
We love this. Look, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be absolutely fine. That's a 6. I mean, that's
Mhm.
6s are
In the middle.
sure.
Your family has fallen into a feud with another family. You may not even remember why this feud started in the first place.
Good.
I can even copy paste it in the chat so you can.
Thank you.
Let me.
And you said you're from Gorvalen, right?
Let me just edit it, I guess.
Temeria. Okay, well, you know. I'm sure
No,
fine.
it's because there's Velen and then there's Gorvalen. Or Vergen. No, Velen. Yeah.
Mhm.
It's confusing.
You're a northerner, though, right?
Yes, I think that makes me a northerner.
Yep. Well, poor Ioana.
Gorvelen was originally an elven settlement,
See,
so you know.
maybe I don't know what the time frame of that was, but
Let me see.
I mean, if you're anything older than the 12th century, you predate the existence of an empire in Nilfgaard.
Oh yeah. But in this
So-
case, it's the Gorvelen stopped being an exclusive elven settlement somewhere after 760.
Okay.
So you'd have to be, half a millennia old.
okay.
Half a millennia. It's only 1274.
Yeah, 500 years ago.
760. You know,
Yeah.
right. Oh, right.
Mind you, most elves live around 300 to 400 years.
Okay.
So
We will not.
500, you would be
An ancient.
a very ancient one.
Yeah. I like a good Jethro
The
Tull
oldest
cover band.
elf.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll be in the 100 plus age range, I believe. It's kind of where it seemed like we were going with that. Okay. So after Family Fate,
After Family Fate, we're going to move to family status. Everyone
Okay.
grows up differently. What kind of family were you born into? This is another D10.
a 7.
Entertainer family. Bunch of performers. By the way, if there's ever a role that you find doesn't mesh, like with the other players, you're allowed to reroll.
I think entertainer family still works. Like druids and those of the forest, they have to do something to pass the time and build community, and music is a great way to do that. So yeah, I'll do entertainer family.
All right.
And I'll have an instrument and a friend.
Yes, a friend as part of your starting gear. That's a friend in your pocket.
Yeah.
There you have it. Speaking of friend, It might not be your most influential one. It could be someone on top of that. But you do have to roll on who was your most influential friend growing up.
Okay. So let's figure this out. Another D10 is a 9. A criminal. Yes. Yes.
I see.
I love this. Can we infer
Uh-huh.
that, well, I don't know. There's already a criminal in the game, in the story, that is currently in retirement. Right?
Wreath, yeah.
Just saying. Okay.
Yeah, that could be interesting.
Okay.
They are old enough that this is something you could have met Wreath way back when.
Yeah. Or if they're a part of any kind of thieves guild or crime guild organization, like, I don't know if that's a thing. Maybe there's a linkage there. But either way,
Ah, yes, the guild, the crime guild, that guild.
yes, them.
Wreath was, I have to grab their backstory. I don't believe they were part of a guild. They just picked those skills up first to survive.
Yep.
And then just develop those skills over time. Let me just see. Stealing from people. Murdering people. Well, there was a... back then the person was a human. So it wasn't a guild, it was more like a little gang of these two. A duo of criminals.
Okay. Okay. Fair.
But Wreath, of course, lived for a lot longer than that human.
Hey,
As they
some
do.
humans can live to a very respectable age.
Wreath met that human, he was 47 years old.
Cool. In a world without healthcare, my goodness.
He died
Yeah. I'll bet.
22 years later at the age of 69. Nice. From a gut stab.
Yeah. To get that long without a gut stab is pretty amazing, honestly.
To live up to 69 as like not a highborn? That's a feat.
Yeah. Okay. I am gonna roll for siblings next. Yes.
Yeah. You're non-human, so good luck.
Yeah, I might have to.
On a 9 or a 10.
Oh, so close.
You are an only child, like so many of you. And then we would move on to life events.
Yeah. 1 second.
Do you? So here's how we can do it. We do all 5 rolls immediately on the first table, so we know just which category they're going to be in, each one of them, and then we go like category per category, and we reassemble them chronologically according to how you rolled them. It depends on if you want to do like a lot of like page searching, switching in the PDF. It's up to you.
Yeah, we'll do. I agree with the. We'll just do 5 life events, and then we'll roll these real quick, and then add them later.
Yeah, I have them. I'm noting them down anyway in my notes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, give me those rolls.
First one is a misfortune or misfortune.
All right, so okay, next one.
Second one is allies and enemies.
All right,
Then we have allies and enemies.
of course.
Then we have romance.
Oh,
Then we have fortune or misfortune again.
all right.
Kind of
So
bookended
let's
by fortune.
yeah, bookended by fortune. Well, let's see if they're both fortunes, they're both misfortunes, or they're a bit of each. Roll a d10 on an even roll, or roll 2 d10s right away if you want, and then on an even roll, it's a fortune. The other one's a misfortune, and then we can place them however you want chronologically.
A 9 and a 10.
So one of them is actually a fortune. The other one's a misfortune.
Okay.
Which one do you want to have happen to you first?
We'll have the misfortune happen first.
All right. Then by all means, give me that roll.
It's a 6. Oh, this is great. Fell in with bandits?
No, 6 as a misfortune is hunted by the law.
Oh my god, that's completely I was reading the wrong chart there. I was optimistic. Okay, hunted by the law.
Oh, sorry.
Sounds right.
So roll another d10. It'll determine who
was a 7.
Wanted in a major city.
All right. Let's see here.
That's interesting. Especially given that you most influential friend was a criminal.
Right.
It's gonna be Novigrad, isn't it? It's always Novigrad.
It is the closest major city, but it doesn't have to. It could be Gorvalen.
Could be, and maybe that could
kicked out of your own
hometown.
Especially
if this is the first one, this could be maybe he's been in Gorvalen for a century, and has spent the last 50 years because of this moment away,
Mm-hmm.
And had an established community, and we'll figure out what happened. Or maybe this was how the community got ruined, and he's been like on the run and searching ever since. So yeah,
nice.
if you're good with this, I think this is like the fall of his community, where like he's now an outlaw. And that kicks us off into the rest of his stuff. We'll do the fortune next.
Yeah.
Okay.
Easier that way.
Yeah. 5. A witcher owes you.
Especially for the last one, this is starting to fill in the relationship chart.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see here. All right. And now, after the fortune and misfortunes, there are allies and enemies.
Yes.
There were 2 of those, I believe. And roll a d10, even, ally, odd, enemy. All right, cool. We're just gonna roll 2 d10, see what we got. Both odds. That's great. Which means that I have 2 enemies, which is also great. We love this for us. Enemies. All right, I'm gonna roll 2 d10 to find out my 2 enemies here. A 2 and a 7.
Well, to begin, it would be 3 d10s to get like gender, position, cause, and then unless you want to do them like one by one, column by column.
I see what you're saying. Okay, yeah. Well, I did not recognize that. I thought it was just going to be like straight across the line, but that makes perfect sense. That it would not be. Let's just redo it then. I'll do 3D. I'll do 3d10 for the first enemy.
So, female relative caused a monster attack. Then you would have to roll again. Basically, roll another die, even or odd, to see who wronged who.
Okay.
Even you were the one who was wrong. Interesting.
Okay.
And then 4 more, sorry. 3 more to know their powers, the escalation, and basically what type of resources.
This is, real quick,
Yes.
I was wronged or they...
They wronged you.
Okay.
You are the victim.
Okay. Make sure I got that right. All right. Next enemy.
Oh no. Roll your other 3 to see how powerful they are.
Oh dang.
Yeah, it's
Right.
basically 7d10
My
to
goodness,
make
okay.
your.
Love that. 921, which is power 9. Good. 2, they have mostly forgotten. My goodness. Okay. 1 second.
They have or you have, because you can choose.
Oh wow. Yeah. I have mostly forgotten.
Okay, and your last one was
The 1, which is
social
their
power.
powers. Their
Okay.
powers, social power.
So basically, it's someone that's, socially speaking, very high up the social ladder.
Yep.
And they sent a monster after you.
Yeah. And if they cause a monster attack, but through like their social influence made it my problem,
Mm-hmm.
and they have kind of an unassailable position within. I mean, this is a relative, so maybe they are like the matriarch, given like their power level. Family member, like maybe they did it, but because of who their position in the family, doesn't matter. I'm the one that is like ousted, or no longer getting like the family support.
Mm-hmm. So basically, they caused a monster attack on X, whatever it is, and they
Right.
blamed you for it using
Right.
their clout to.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Because nobody would expect Graham to be the one who ruined everything. It's clearly this one, whomever they are. When I figure out the name. Okay. Cool.
All right, so who's that next one? You can do all 7 dice one shot if you want, and then.
No. I want to. It's gonna help me to break it up just a little bit.
Okay.
So another 3d10, 943. So that's a male childhood enemy caused major humiliation. Love this.
Yeah, your first 3 were. If this is the like last 50 years of your life,
Right.
those last 50 years didn't start super in your favor. So that's even. You were the one who were wrong again.
Yep. So good. Love this for me. Just the whole world is just.
You've
Yep.
never caused any problems in your life.
Never
you just
see.
had.
See.
Yeah.
I'm the victim. So many times. Oh boy. Okay. So next up, they are level 7 in power.
Okay.
They are. What's it? 9. They are out for blood. Or am I out for blood? I think. I am out for blood.
Okay.
And we have the 3, which
Knowledge.
is knowledge.
So this person is a well-placed or like an eminent, maybe like sage,
Sure.
academic, got into a fight with a professor at Oxford that just said that, trees
Yes.
don't have feeling or something. I don't know. But basically they trade in, mind you, knowledge doesn't necessarily mean academic either. It could
Right.
be,
They have
spy.
secrets.
Could
Yeah,
be,
they,
yeah.
yeah. It's not necessarily that they have social power, but they know enough things to be dangerous for me.
Yeah, they deal in information.
Yeah.
And then the love affair. I believe you are the only one that rolled a love affair. Am I wrong, players?
I don't get to roll love affairs.
No, because you were a nerd. You went to
I was
school
in
for
school,
like
except I
100
wasn't.
years.
I didn't even go to school. I got trained by randos.
The school of hard knocks.
Right.
It still is a school, right? The mean streets of Nilfgaard.
Oh, it's a romantic tragedy.
Of course it is. How can anything go well for you
Yes.
in your life?
Yes, of course not. Okay. And then we're gonna find out more about this. Whores and debauchery. What a great.
Yeah, but you didn't roll that.
Damn it! Come on, game. Give me something good. I'm just kidding. Let's go
Rolling
with-
3 times horse and debauchery over the course of your entire life path for a character is how I ended up with Cadarn.
That's so
3 times orgy champion.
Love that. Okay, so I think I just do straight down the romantic tragedy.
Yeah, you just roll a
Survive.
d10 and
Yeah. A rival cut me out of the action and stole my lover's affection. Fuck. That sucks for.
Alright, let me just write in my notes. Cock
Right.
blocked by rival.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
So who did the cocking and who did the blocking?
I like how in my note he's already known as Chad.
Yes. Yes. Chadkins. Oh, lovely. Love this. Okay, and I think that did the romantic affair happen?
Romantic affair chronologically happened 4th. So it's the
Fourth.
second most recent thing.
Okay, and then the most recent thing is a
Witcher owes you.
me.
Yeah.
All right, I have one. I'm ending on a high note.
Mm-hmm.
Just gonna say that.
You went through a lot of shit. A lot.
Yeah.
You have made a lot of enemies, and then all of a sudden, a professional killer owes you something.
Yeah. See, it all works out in the end.
Everything's coming up Millhouse.
It's so great. Oh boy, I'm in danger. Oh boy. All right, I'm gonna add some rivals or enemies here. I'll give those descriptions in a little bit, just so we've got those on the sheet. Okay, cool. And then personal style.
This you can choose or roll. It's up to you. But everyone. I don't remember, Nordin Hannah, if you had rolled or chose for your characters or did both. I think Wreath rolled at least once. It's up to you, really. You have an idea in your mind, maybe, of what your character looks like. Maybe you don't. Maybe you just want to roll for inspiration, and then go from there. It's up to you.
I'm feeling like this. If this person has been on the road a lot, but can kind of, just based on their affinity with nature, I don't think that they're a person who has to pack a lot of food or sleeping materials. So they probably travel, but travel quite light.
The nature provides for you.
Right, exactly. So I'm probably gonna be I think that means that he doesn't need to worry about dressing to be in nature because he has that affinity. I think he's got some traditional clothing that kind of speaks to his circle and his past.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be traditional clothing for where he came from. And then, boy. I'm gonna work on personality. I'm gonna think about personality.
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
get back to that
Yeah.
after. Let's just, before we go into skills, let's just write in your elf racial perks.
Yeah.
Stuff you get because you're an elf.
Right.
Elves have a natural eye for beauty and a talent for artistic endeavors. You get a +1 bonus to your fine arts skill. You can just put it in your sheet. Directly in. So what you can do, by the way, because if you put it as just a, if I go under skills and modifier and you add in directly in the box for fine arts, what's gonna happen is the sheet will count it as you having spent like a skill point on it.
Gotcha.
Like for some reason right now, there's a skill total of 1, even though you have absolutely no skills.
That's great.
That's weird. This is not supposed to be there. Let me just see something. That changes to 2.
Oh. What did
Okay.
you do?
Oh, I just added a rank somewhere. That changes to
Okay.
3. Okay, so we'll just ignore that 1 point that's there, that's just like lying there. What you can do actually for fine arts is if you click on the little plus next to fine art, you can add
Oh.
a permanent
nice.
modifier there. Every skill has that. It's just you have to hover next to the checkbox and you'll see like a lock. If you click on the lock, it'll give you the same thing as clicking on the plus for fine arts or performance. And so then you can add that bonus, like, just, I don't know, call it elf if you want, whatever you want it to be. But that way it's like always factored in and doesn't factor in the count of how many points you've invested in your skills.
Interesting.
Makes
So,
math easier.
just making sure I get this right. We've expanded fine arts, and now I've got one that says elf, and then it's got a 1 in there.
Oh,
Am I-
oh no, because they're not. I'm sorry. Those are the special fine arts.
that are like different types.
Yes.
of fine art. Okay.
Is
okay.
there? They do not have the lock for fine arts. So
Oh, okay.
I guess just put a 1 point in there right away, and that's it.
Okay, cool.
We'll
And
just-
we'll just understand.
Yeah. We know now that it's -2, whatever's written.
Right.
On your sheet. Also, you have a +2 to your archery skill,
Which is great. We love
and you can draw and string a bow without taking an action.
that. Okay, but that one I do have the lock.
Yeah.
So I can.
And then you can add just like being an elf, and just you have +2.
love that.
Yep, there you go.
Cool.
And then when you close the lock, it'll hide everything back
Got
up.
it. Perfect.
And then the other
Mm.
one, you feel free to note it wherever you want on your sheet. But
Okay.
it is that by virtue of being an elf, you do not disturb animals. Meaning that any animal that you encounter is considered friendly. Is considered friendly and will not attack you unless provoked. You also automatically find any plant substance rated as commonly available or more common than common that you are seeking, as long as the substance would occur naturally in the surrounding region. If you want, I don't know if you have, you're able to copy paste from the PDF, but otherwise, here it is. Whoa, that's not
I got it.
okay.
All good.
Good, because the formatting is all bad in chat.
All good. I also have to fix the formatting here, but we are doing it. Okay, cool. Good enough.
Nice.
All right. Happy about that.
Being an elf, I know that normally Witcher uses the social standing. You know, equal, tolerated, feared, hated. The way I do it, instead of forcing you to put in the modifiers right away and then checking like, oh wait, is it? No. I do it on a case-by-case basis. I know which of my NPCs are bigoted,
Sure.
which ones aren't. In this case, it's more likely I know which ones aren't, and then we'll assume that the rest are.
Sure.
As an elf, basically anytime you're in the north, you're probably going to take shit from people. They're not necessarily going to outright just, throw stones at you the moment you walk into town. But of course, the moment, they need a scapegoat for something, it'll often be the elf. But hey, that's fine. You're traveling with a witcher and a mage.
Yeah.
So,
We're gonna there's there's nothing to stop us except
no, that's it.
people. The people.
You are the group of people that are the least suspicious ever.
Right.
You
We're really
just
setting ourselves up for success here.
Yeah.
Especially in social situations. I love it. Okay. Skills.
then
I'm
we
gonna
go
through
into skills. Yeah, so the first thing that you're going to want to do is go on page 67 of the Tome of Chaos PDF.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're a
Yeah.
you're a special druid. You're a 2.0 druid.
2.0. Love it.
So you
Okay.
don't need the core book for a while now.
Okay.
We're gonna go back to it for like your spells, but otherwise everything else is in that new one. So out of the pool of points that you have to make your character, you begin with a pool of 60. Where is it? 44. I'm sorry, 44 points. These 44 points need to be spent in the skills that are written on page 67.
Okay.
Basically, if you look at the skills you have, awareness,
Right.
endurance, first aid, hex weaving, blah, 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 there are 10 of them here. Plus your Rite of Oak and Mistletoe, which is also another skill, but it goes under your profession skills on the second page on your sheet. The easiest way to do it is to put the equivalent of 4 points everywhere. And then to just move them around afterwards. Because 44 points, 11 skills, you have to have points in each of these, at least one. But it's easier to just... Anyway, I find it easier to just divide the 44 right away and then just move them up and down until I'm a little satisfied. You will have other skill points after that.
Now, I want to make sure I've got it right. All of these skill points I have on the right-hand side, I should also put check marks to signify that I just get those as part of being a druid, correct?
You can check them right now during character creation if you want to keep an eye out for like which ones you got because you were a druid. Once the game starts, you can uncheck them.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I use the checkbox personally to just see like, hey, which skill have I used recently in the game?
Got it.
By the way, some of these skills, like hex weaving, like monster lore, like ritual crafting, spell casting, they have a little asterisk next to them. Those are 2-for-1s. They're 2-fers, like in Cyberpunk, right?
Oh, yeah, they cost double.
They
so-
cost double. So
Yeah.
when I say you have 44 points, sure, but if you put 4 points in those skills, it translates only to a rating of 2.
Right. Right. Natural. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's true even for these 44 points. Just making
Yes.
sure I got that right.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Perfect.
So for people watching at home, the skills that a druid is allowed to have are awareness, endurance, first aid, hex weaving, they can do little curses, monster lore, the sort of step below Witcher training, persuasion, ritual crafting for rituals, spell casting for their spells, teaching, because they're good at teaching people, because druids are lore keepers first and foremost. And then wilderness survival, because it'd be weird if you were a druid that doesn't have any wilderness survival. The Rite of Oak and Mistletoe, which is the base skill for all druids. In The Witcher, druids create these magic staves To use a word that some people might be familiar with, in Gaelic we would have called them shillelagh. They are what the druid will use as a focus to cast their spells. Like druids in The Witcher, they can use, crystal staves, they can use amulets like everybody else, but they have this special one that they don't need to purchase, basically. They just create it, carve it, embellish it, and then enchant them through the rite of oak and mistletoe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wanted to
Hands down the best meal.
get as much inspiration for these druids from what we know of, real world druids, and to move away a little from, or as much as I could from the D&D druid.
Right.
Even though to some extent the druid in Witcher can adopt animal parts. They don't shapeshift, but they can definitely, grow permanent, like, antlers and stuff. Because I wanted my druids to look like weird forest people monsters.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. So am I okay to just have the full skill description in the character sheet?
Oh,
Is
you
that-
can enter the full skill description. There will be room for it.
Okay, cool.
It's going to be a brick of text, because I think Rite of Awoken Mistletoe is one of the densest defining skill description, because it
I
changes.
believe the memes
like,
would call it the one of the chunky boys.
the chunky
That's right.
boys.
That's right.
Yeah, it's one of the chunkiest because it changes depending on how many points you've put in it. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah, love that. And it is intelligence based. And is this a ×2 skill as well?
It is not.
or-
It is a 1-for-1.
It's a 1-for-1. So if I put a 4 in it right now, that's fine.
Yes. By the
Okay.
way, once you reach 5 in your profession skill in the first one, you unlock all 3 next skills down the trees. They're at rank 0, but you have them.
Okay. Okay. And they and just so I've got it right, I cannot during character creation increase this beyond a 4 for the rite of.
No, you can increase them all the way up to a 6. Yep.
Okay. Cool. And you said I had 44 points, right? Okay. But we've identified that this character sheet has a mystery.
2 extra points.
Points.
So right now, I can see the skill total at the bottom of your sheet. You're missing 1 point somewhere.
Okay.
Let's see. 2, 2, 2, 4, 4, 2, 2, 4, 4. Oh, no, because that's 1 point here for play instrument. Hello, Raiders.
Hello.
Welcome, welcome. We're making a new character for our new player for this long-running, or long-form, I should say, Witcher campaign. A druid. So you're missing like 1 point somewhere very quickly. It doesn't look like you're missing it because I can see that you've put all of your points everywhere where they were needed. Oh, let me guess. I think it's a glitch in the sheet in itself.
Okay.
It's because your Rite of Oaken Mistletoe starts at 1 automatically. That's why there was a problem with the count earlier.
Oh.
So you are okay. You are not missing any points. You're at 45.
Okay.
Because that extra point comes from your fine arts for being an elf.
Mwah. Love that. Okay. Thank you for investigating and unpacking that.
No problem. Wait a second. I recognize these raiders. I am a fan of their work. Hello, Zombie Orpheus. For people who might not know, they're the folks behind Journey Quest and the gamers and all that. You know.
It's good.
Staples of my teenage years.
It's good.
So now that you've done your class, your profession points, you get to add your pickup skills. The amount of pickup skills you have are equal to your reflexes plus your intelligence.
Oh, that's good.
So you probably have a whole lot because you're smart.
Yes. I have 18 of those
Cool.
to do.
Put these 18 points wherever you want.
Okay. Cool.
The pickup skills cannot be added to your profession skills, the ones you've already checked.
Got it. Thank you.
And then, of course, players. You've been playing this game for about 15 sessions now. You've amassed a certain amount of IP. You've also been under a lot of danger and stress to get those IPs. I don't want David's character to be too far behind, but at the same time, I want you who have gone through all of those dangers to still have a benefit. If everyone's okay with it, David would start with half of those IPs.
Can I push back and say I want even less?
Sure.
All right.
Less?
Yes.
I was going to say
If you
more.
insist. If you
Damn.
insist.
Okay.
No. Let him cook. Let him cook.
That's right. That's right. I think let's do a third.
Okay, 20.
All right.
The 20 IP, though, because they're IPs and not skill points directly, those have the different calculation. Basically, to level up a skill,
Right.
you have to put in as many IPs. You have to invest as many IPs in them as your, I believe it's your current, as your current level.
The current level.
So if you
So
wanted
get
to raise
0 to 1, you need 1. To get 1 to 2, you need 1. To get 2 to 3, you need 2.
so if you wanted your profession skill to go up, you could use those IP to boost these profession skills.
Appreciate that.
Normally, I tend to want to keep everyone in the same sort of range, but this is not a game where we have levels per se, so it's more of a raising stats and skills.
All right. I'll have.
I mean, that we can keep it for offline if you want.
Yeah.
To
Yeah.
fiddle with the
Yeah,
little
I'm not gonna mess
bits.
with. Yeah, I don't want to mess with IP here, just because it takes
Yeah,
time
no
to do
problem.
the math. But I'll definitely finish up the rest of my skills. I've got 10 more to spend, and then I'll be good.
And then also something else that you can do offline is to pick up your gear. Again, page 67 of the Druid. You've got 5 things to choose among all of this. You know, a staff, smelling salt, pipe and tobacco, numbing herbs, a sickle, cold weather clothing, candles, a pouch, a bedroll, or 100 crowns worth of spell components or crafting components.
Okay.
I think you also get base gold, in case you wanted that too. Which lets you spend things. Like,
Yes, you get like
get
extra gold
gear.
to buy more than just that. As a druid, you get. Can you roll 2d6, please?
Would love to roll 2d6. for you.
2d6 times 75.
Oh. Okay.
Nice. 750 crown. You are wealthy.
Where? Let's see. I'm gonna find where to put in my crown.
If you go to gear and inventory,
Yeah.
so the inventory, I use quantity, currency, coin weight. It's underneath your defensive, like your body things.
Yeah, right above the little symbols
Yeah.
for alchemy.
Oh, I see it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, because there are many currencies in the world, even though we try to convert everything to crowns. So far, you haven't left the Empire, so
Right.
they remain Redanian crowns. It's now the new currency for the whole North.
And I just make sure I've got that right. Is 750?
750, yeah.
Cool. Got it. All right. I think I'm good on starter skills, and I'll deal with IP later. And I've
You
got my
can also
friend-
note on your sheet that you will need 2 novice invocations, so 2 novice level spells
Okay.
that you need to go and pick up. And then 2 rituals that you need to go and pick up.
Okay.
Novice as well, and then 2 low danger hexes.
All right.
You can learn spells through spending IP on them to learn them. You can also learn them in-game by just finding people to teach you said spells. It's been, I believe, a little side quest of Gulshan to
Love that.
try to learn more magic.
The best part is we can teach each other our rituals and hexes.
Yes. And I believe that because you're a druid, David, automatically you have to have points in teaching.
I do have points in teaching. That's right. That's right.
And I think Gulshan, you have to. Right? Do you have points?
Teaching? Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Because I taught Joanna.
That's true. Yes, yes,
Oh,
yes.
beautiful. Yes.
Now, I only have 1 ritual and 1 hex, but I'm happy to take yours too.
Sure. I'll bet. Just so I have it right. How do druids and witches feel about each other?
Huh. Interesting thing. Gulshan is a witch because he's not from around these parts.
Okay.
He didn't go to school as a mage. And so I think as far as the relationship between the two of you, I think you would have, David, to come up with what your character thinks of Gulshan. Because we can say, what do you think about, regular mages or
Right.
priests?
Sure.
But Gulshan falls outside of these of these categories, basically.
I have learned from priests, from druids, from other mages, random people, and I've taught random people too. He's also just a foreigner, as in he's literally from the place next door is Arcania.
Okay. Okay.
Where
Yeah.
they worship dragons.
People say that. I feel like they get the term worship confused with honor is what we'd use, we honor dragons. Because if you had a bunch of dragons just living in caves in your home saying,
Yeah,
well,
you live in a constant state of low low grade fear all the time.
Do dragon know where you are at all times? Because there's some weird bond that we need to be aware of.
No.
Okay.
No, they know where he is at all times because they keep tab on him because he rolled 50 different enemies and they're all dragons.
Fantastic. That's what we need.
It's like power 10, every one of them.
Right.
That would be funny. So
That's so
the
good.
last bit that we need to do, which is the flavorful bit. The relationships. Yes. So, how did you, who has no name still,
Right. Actually, I have.
how and when have you met the other two? And what happened? I need to go grab my relationship chart. Where are you? Relationship chart.
Name McName face. Stop
We
it.
have, I pinned in the Discord group, there's a link pinned to a Witcher name generator.
Okay. I think I had already gone there and I clicked the button a few times to get to a name I like. And so I'm going with Saban.
Ooh.
And is there like a family name generator as well? Or
No, you can come up with the name that you want. Most elves on the continent that you encounter, they pretty much have just a first name. A few of them do have last names. Often you're going to have like of a place, but it's in Elder speech, so it's like ep something. I think ep is of, or it's ep is of, and then I don't remember what son or daughter of is. Mar, I think. No, Mar is the place, and ep is the son of. Because Kahir was Mar different ep Kalak.
okay, so I can be Saban Mar. What is it?
Gor's Velen.
Yeah. Gors.
Yeah. Or it could be the. I can find you the name in Elder speech for that place though.
Okay. And then son of Ep.
You
And it would
don't
be-
have to have like I mean Kahir. The thing with Kahir is that Kahir was a Nilfgaardian noble,
Okay.
and so he had like a super long name. The guy was a human anyway, wasn't an elf.
Gotcha.
But it like if I'm looking at the elves specifically,
I think Gorvelen is Elder speech because it's Welsh. It's from Cor Felen, Yellow Bog.
yeah, that's true. So no, it would be Gorvelen immediately. Yeah,
Okay.
no
Cool.
need to
You're from the Yellow
retranslate it.
Bog. That's nice.
But yeah, looking at like last names for Enshade, we have Firewheel Tiarna, Hattori, Findabear. Mind you, if you're a Findabear, we're gonna have to chat because you know you're elven royalty at that point. But most
Would
of the
explain
elves all
why.
have just a single name.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be Saban Mar Gorbella. That's fine. That's good. As far as names go, it does that. Yeah, it already changes up at the top. Love it. Okay.
Fun fact: as an elf, you do not have cuspids. You don't have canine.
Oh, you know what's great about that is I, as a human, also don't.
Really?
I don't have my canines.
Wow. You're like
Yeah.
an elf.
Yeah, my dentist, when I was a child, pulled them out.
Filed them. Oh, pulled them.
Pulled them. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
good
Because
lord.
I was, you know, this was the '90s. It's when you did stuff like that. So
I will say I did survive the '90s with all my teeth intact.
That's good on you. I'm so happy for you.
I was a
In the 2000s, though.
I was a '90s retainer and what's the other braces kid for so many years. Because
Right.
I broke my two front teeth playing hopscotch.
Oh,
I fell.
That's a thing,
Teeth
that's a
first.
thing you can do. That's a thing you can do.
Yeah, teeth first into the gymnasium floor.
That's rough.
Another thing, as an elf, you don't have an Adam's apple.
Okay, I can't claim that I am like my character in that way. So
But yeah, those are the two things. Save your pointy ears, of course. Those are like the three sort of physical differences between an elf and a human.
Okay. Love it.
And then, you know, you're gonna live for centuries, so
Yeah.
it's kind of nice.
Also, most human beings hate you and want you dead, and also want your land.
Right.
Yeah.
Like they are wont to do.
But also, you're a druid, so the whole planet is your land, and they're fucking it up.
That's right. It's like we used to look out for you, and now you're ruining it.
I didn't go here, man. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh, one last thing though. Skills wise, you have 8 ranks, so not 8 points, but a level 8 in Elder Speech.
Oh.
Because that's your native language.
Oh. Okay. So I just give myself.
Oh, just put them right in the points, not in the bonuses.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we did that for everyone, so we just... Because we don't need the count of points at the bottom of the sheet. Once your character is made, we don't need to keep track of it.
Okay.
But that also means that you do not currently speak or have been trained in Nordling. However, you are a very intelligent person. And by virtue of just being intelligent, you know the basic of the language and you can read it slowly. When you speak, your accent is atrocious and you are slow and ponderous.
Okay.
But you're still bilingual. By the way, everyone on this team speaks Elder Speech.
Okay.
Because you're all special.
Except the Witcher. The Witcher's Nordling.
Asa doesn't speak Elder Speech?
I think Asa speaks a little bit of Elder Speech, but not a lot, no.
No, I thought Asa spoke Elder Speech because...
I have a
Nilfgaard.
0 in Elder Speech.
And a 9 in intelligence. You're like tourist level of Elder Speech.
There it is.
Okay.
So everyone has to...
I can ask where the bathroom is in Elder Speech.
Right.
That's
We switched to Nordling a lot, man.
You can ask for a beer.
So I'm gonna copy the nodes here on Legend Keeper, and then players. Now's the fun time for you. Tell me, how do you know yellow bug person Saban?
Why yellow bug? Where did that come from?
Gorvelen.
Oh,
Gorvelen.
okay.
Asa, do you want to go first? I feel like you...
I'm just wondering, at what point in your history do you are you owed something by a Witcher, and do you have any idea, like,
Yeah, that
what
would have
that
been
could be?
that would have been within the last 10 years, right? Because it was the last thing that happened in my timeline. The war, how long ago did the war end?
The war ended. I keep saying 3 years and then I mess up. It's a year, 2 years ago. 2 years ago.
Okay.
To be fair, it's 2.5 years, but who's
Sure.
counting the months? Oh yeah, humans.
They do that. Every day is precious to them, which
Yeah.
is interesting.
Every day is one step closer to the grave.
Okay, so if I look at that as the year you told me the year earlier was 1274. That means the war ended in 1272.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's say in 1273, a year ago,
Mhm.
would the hunt of witchers happened that quickly?
Witchers were always despised for mainly because they're freaks,
Right.
and also murderers and all the cool stuff. There never was a I'm gonna say worldwide hunt. It's not worldwide, but like
Kingdom-wide.
kingdom-wide hunt for witchers. Mostly what would happen to witchers is kind of like what happens to Geralt in the books. Spoilers warning for something that came out like 25 years ago. There's a pogrom in town, and the witcher's just part of the many people who gets killed. Or someone tries to...
We're useful, so they tolerate us up until they don't.
yeah, that's it. Like, they're gonna try to shortchange them on contracts, and then the witcher's gonna, blow a gasket, murder a handful of people, and then the rest of the town is gonna gang together and, maybe hang the witcher, burn them,
Gotcha.
stab them to death, or just like exile them from town or whatever, like what happened to Geralt and Blaviken.
Yep.
It depends.
So-
There aren't enough witchers in the world or even in the north to have any like systemic abuse of witchers, because there's just a handful of them. So at that point, it's you're not gonna have like an inn with like a no witchers allowed sign. It's just when the witcher walks in, they look weird. They look like quote unquote monsters.
Yep.
Depending on who we're talking about. Many of them don't look at all like monsters. But you know, racism.
Okay, so I'm thinking that Saban. At first, I was thinking that maybe Saban helped hide a witcher if the hunt was happening already, but it sounds like that would not be quite as like forthcoming. So maybe in the last couple of years, a witcher was tasked with finding and hunting a monster in the woods that Saban was in, and Saban helped in some way, right? Either observed and just stepped in at the right time to like lend an important helping hand, or was even like co-opted in the like tracking and investigation of that monster. So I kind of feel like maybe that could be a fun deal where it's like Saban probably wasn't as engaged with the whole idea of getting rid of any monsters, but there probably was one that was bothering him or was worth getting rid of. And then the like local townsfolk or humans put up the coin to have it taken care of, and Saban was there to assist. And maybe that would be kind of where he helped out with this witcher. So there's probably going to be some kind of like some sort of like favor or like I don't what talisman that was handed to Saban to like mark that he was a friend to this witcher, and that like if he ever wants to call in that favor, he hands it back, kind of deal. And he probably has that on him, worn.
Okay. If you're talking about like a monster that he helped to hunt down and defeat, maybe I can pitch to you that it wasn't Asa, but that it was Asa's mentor Corwin. If it was in the last 10 years, maybe a fiend that, and like he was looking for a fiend to get a really good mutagen sample from, and there was this fiend that was like terrorizing the area that you were in, and you were like, well, between you and me, we could probably take it down. It would solve my problem and you would get your really good sample. And so because you helped him, you got that maybe well, you can come up with whatever the talisman is that he gave you, but that I like your idea of like giving you a talisman and being like, you just turn this in whenever you see another one with my symbol. You know, they'll know what it means and they'll do you a favor in exchange for this, because you've done us a great favor by helping the Witcher cause. Just like very vague, the Witcher cause, and you know, you wouldn't know what that means at the time, but
and
did that work for you?
Yeah. Your mentor's name again was Corwin?
Corwin.
Okay, perfect. I love that. That's so nice. And so maybe would Asa have been present at all? Like would I have seen him? He
would have been like a tween at that point, I think, because I don't know. Yeah, a little like before the trials, tween Witcher. So, you know, without any mutations, nothing, little scrawny kid. He might have been along. I don't know if you'd recognize him now versus back then, but
but that could be interesting because it's in the last 10 years, so you would have bbeen traveling with Corwin at that point.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, Asa could have been there. He would have been, you know, 11 or 12 or around that time.
Okay, I like that. Okay, I'm just making notes here.
Mhm.
Okay, that's fantastic. Yeah, I like the idea that we have seen each other, but Saban absolutely doesn't recognize you post mutation,
Mhm.
right? And like obviously, like growing up, you just look very different, and probably from an elven like aging perspective, like humans, if you're not like with them all the time, you kind of lose track
Right. Yeah.
because how quickly they change, especially around that age. Like I don't know, are you the
Yeah.
same person?
I don't know
Maybe.
you.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know you. Okay, cool. That's fun. I love this idea that like that's our linkage is through your
Mhm.
mentor.
This happened 3 years. Is it 3 years? Sorry.
Hmm? It
I'm
would have
trying to
had to be
figure
more
out
than 3 years
between
ago.
Corwin and Gulshan. Gulshan, when did you hide? How long ago was it that you decided to hide in Ben Mesid? Do you remember?
It's written somewhere. Hold on. When did the North get very witch huntery?
Like 3 years ago?
3 years ago, you said?
Yeah.
Hold on.
I know it's within the last 7 years. That's for sure because it happened after the Thanid Island coup.
Yeah, it's 5. That's what it is.
5? Okay. So that means that Corwin and Asa met Saban. I'm just putting things chronologically. Corwin and Asa met Saban, had the hunt for the fiend. Then Corwin went and dumped Asa to the other Witcher Rafe. Corwin went to Ben Mason.
Mhm.
That makes sense?
What
Time-wise,
year-
time-wise it works. As long
Time-wise
as it
works.
is...
What year would I have helped with that then? Just make sure I've got it right.
how many years you said, Gulshan? 4?
5.
5. So it needs to be 6 to 10 years.
Okay, so it would be like 66?
If that was 6 years ago, it would be 68.
That's 8 years ago,
66
isn't
would
it?
be 66 would be 8 years ago. That works.
Okay.
Asa was 11. Right about when you would be sent off to do the trials, basically. So Asa, that was probably the last time that you assisted Corwin as a regular mundane person.
Right.
Oh, is the mutagen that you get from fiends used as part of the mutation ritual that you go through?
Not the normal one.
If you look at Hannah right now, there are accessories on her cosplay that normal Witchers don't have.
I don't know what you're talking about. Han is a normal Witcher.
I'm
So
totally normal.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It's part of Asa's backstory, but normally fiend mutagen is not used for the drugs that they give a bunch of children. But in this specific case, someone wanted to do some homegrown trials.
Back
of the
alley
classes.
alchemy.
Yeah, back alley alchemy.
Sure. I mean, and I'm asking this question because could the fiend that we killed could it have been their mutagen?
It is.
Oh,
what I'm
fucking
thinking.
amazing.
That's-
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. I'm connecting dots, so you've already planted. All right, great. I love this. All right, fantastic. Thank you. Oh, good. Then he's like responsible. Ugh.
Yes.
I did not know. All right. Good. Complicated feelings there. Love that. Okay. Thank you, Asa. Is there anything else around is there a relationship tracker other than this just taking some notes. I'm just
The
making sure
relationship tracker is in Legend Keeper. I've moved it into the player corner
Okay. perfect.
section. I'm also going to create a subpage for you, Saban.
Okay.
Because now you exist. By the way, Mar in your last name, it's Mawr.
Oh, thank you so much.
No problem. And now you have your own page, and you can put in your portrait, your playlist, your YouTube videos, your everything. I don't need to show you how it works. You've shown me. You're the one who taught me how Legend Keeper works.
So good. I'm excited. I love being in a game that uses Legend Keeper. It feels really good.
I was born in February. There you go.
Oh,
Lovely.
Yeah.
I didn't know they had months back then.
I don't know.
That's a
man.
you're so
Look,
old joke.
Legend Keeper.
Yeah, we're using the like Gregorian calendar because it's easier to keep track of things.
100%. Okay. How do we know each other, friend?
That's a great question. So let me just run you down the past 174 years Gulshan Nasir has been alive.
This is what I need, is the entire life
Yeah,
story.
yeah. So born in 1100 to a warrior and a priest in Zerrikania, but didn't arrive here until like 30 years ago, 30 years after that, when he was 30, to try and, build a fortune, prove that he was strong and could fight, and be like his mother, who was, famed and warrior-like and proud. And he decided to participate as a mercenary to gain independence from, like, Kovir was getting independence, hired a bunch of mercenaries. He was one of those mercenaries.
Gotcha.
He spent a large amount of time nursing his capability to do magic, talked to some folks, went around, learned from all sorts of people. Like, if you have magical capabilities at all, he has learned from you. He never went to a school. But at some point, Banard starts getting formed, and the Brotherhood starts getting formed, and they want answers, and you don't want to be called an outsider. So he demonstrates his power by inventing a spell for them, and that gets him inducted to the Brotherhood, where he served for some time alongside his best friend, his super best friend in the whole wide world, a man named Vilgefortz. Yeah, that worked out really well for him. They were super cool best friends. He fought at Sodden Hill. He was one of the people who survived, obviously. One of the few unnamed. And later, things get even better. And at Thaned, he gets locked in a dungeon while everything happens and almost murdered. Turns out Vilgefortz is a nasty traitor who's actually serving Nilfgaard. Oh no, he's serving his self-interests. I doubt myself. I don't like friends. I'm going to give up this whole warriordom thing and become a healer. He travels through, what is the forest? The dangerous one? Not the...
Brokilon?
Yeah, Brokilon. He travels to Brokilon Forest to try and escape witch hunters, and eventually he settles down 5 years before game start in a town called Ban Mason. In that time, he has made friends and tried to break the curse of an elf, who is the other. He has helped train witches himself. Well, not witches, mages himself. He's helped take them to Aretuza and Banard. And indeed, there's one person who he didn't, because he thought, oh, she's going to get wrecked. That's our dear friend Joanna, and because of the way things turned out, a witcher was sent upon his ass, and that's roughly all you need to know. Yeah. Well, no, Ace's daddy.
Yeah.
Though I did threaten Asa with a knife. So, is there anything else that would help you figure out how you feel?
Yeah. I think there's some room in the way back.
Yeah.
For us to have known each other, right?
That's the thing, right? You have he's the kind of person who might have visited your circle to learn things.
Sure.
Which means he depending upon your, how old are you?
150.
So he predates you a little bit. You might have just had this mage come into town when you were 15 or something.
Right.
You know, still fresh off the battlefield, learning about blood and all this, wanting to learn shit, and settle down with a bunch of druids to try and grow in magical power. And then he left one day. So that's an option. You have that lover in your backstory or that rival.
Yeah.
Both possible because he was
Yes.
a lot saucier back in the day. It's up to you though. It's up to you and how you feel.
Actually, that would be very fascinating. Like, what if you are my character's ex?
Okay. Yeah.
You know,
This keeps happening to me.
we had a thing,
Yeah.
and then someone came into the picture. You were whisked away from me, and now here you are again.
How long ago was that?
Right. I mean, this moment in my character's history would have been 20 years ago.
20 years.
Between 10 and 20 years ago would have been in that time frame.
Give me we'll do a quick timeline check. Hold on.
10 to 20 years ago.
Yeah, what was happening 10 to 20 years ago?
1265. I mean, 10 years ago, the Battle of Sodden Hill. We were right after the Battle of Sodden Hill. We're before the Second Northern War. Other than that, what else
Look,
happened?
if you-
I'm looking at
If you
specifically 1265 to 1255.
if you wanted to push it earlier, just a little bit. Well, there was a time where my best friend in the whole wide world did kind of seduce me to go join the Brotherhood of Mages and all that, which is akin to taking me away from the Druid Circle, where I probably would have been, I don't know, learning normal shit, and away from an ex, if you wanted to put it, a couple 10 years earlier.
So this is interesting because the romantic tragedy happened right after I have a childhood enemy who caused me great humiliation. I'm out for blood, and their power is knowledge. And that is the right time frame. So,
However,
Yeah.
that person cannot be Vilgefortz. Vilgefort's dead.
Yeah, they're
Sure.
dead.
sure, but it could be somebody else in that brotherhood.
Yes, it could definitely be like a lackey or well, maybe not a minion, but Vilgefortz employed other wizards that he had sort of an affinity for. One of them was Rience. Rience is dead anyway, but yes, it can definitely be someone who is not an NPC from the books or whatever. And we create that person for the purposes of our game.
Sure.
I wasn't recruited though. Like I said, we were best friends.
Right.
No recruits here. Totally real. Our relationship was real. It meant a lot. Till the sudden betrayal.
But it would also kind of make sense for someone like Vilgefortz to go grab you at a druid circle, even though most circles are, especially at the time, Bleobaris was not as popular as it is now after all the wars, because there's a bunch of people who sought sanctuary in that grove. But the location of druid circles are often kept secret for the most part. But Vilgefortz was a druid, so he would have known where these things are, and he could have gone from circle to circle to try to recruit people. And maybe your childhood enemy, Seban, was another druid who was seduced by the appeal of power
Sure,
that
but how do
Vilgefortz afford.
how do I get to Gilgafort's though? Like, so that's my.
It's more like he was going around trying to recruit people that would be loyal to his agenda.
Right.
And I mean, if you're a mage, right, and you're looking to recruit other mages or spellcasters, you are going to look at mage schools, try to recruit like a bunch of promising graduates. But you can also just be looking at, because a lot of what Vilgefortz was doing was acting against the best interest of a lot of mages and the North in general, right? And so you might want to go look in places where people don't have not standard, that's not the word I'm looking for. They don't have formal magical education.
What if?
That could be a
How
thing.
about-
I'm just throwing
Yeah.
ideas at the wall.
What if this is one of those relationships where like our characters have been in the same areas, in the same places at the same time, a couple of times. Like maybe you did come to my circle long ago to learn healing magics, to learn magic, and we probably recognized each other umpteen years later when my childhood enemy was being recruited by your best friend.
Yeah.
And there was this moment of like, wait, I don't understand this situation because I remember you, and I'm not gonna kill this guy now because I don't understand what's going on because I remember you and I know what's in your heart.
Yeah, like
And-
you noticed that Gulshan fell with the wrong crowd type of thing.
Right. And it was just, maybe that was one of those moments where it's like, maybe my character had it in him at that moment to kill or stop or whatever, but stayed his hand. And so there's this moment of like, I didn't do something that I needed to do or wanted to do because Gulshan was there, because you and I had this like past like kinship and bond
That would make sense.
decades ago, a century ago even.
Yeah.
Yeah, most human druids in that circle would have probably died in between, like in the intervening years. There's not a whole lot of people that would have still been at the Bleoberry circle that could remember. Like if we're talking about like a century in between visits.
Right.
But definitely you would. To most other people there, elves notwithstanding, they're just like a couple of strangers coming here to recruit druids for some sort of magical project thing.
Right.
I have regrets. And
What
apparently
would
you're one of them. That's great.
What would be? I'm kind of curious. Like, what would be the point? Like, maybe it's not just that Saban saw Goshen and just chose not to. Maybe there was a message between us where you're like prompted me to stop. Would there? Because if you're a part of this, you're kind of fallen into this. But there would have been a way for him to have influenced me based on our past kinship. I'm kind of curious what that might have been, what that moment would have been.
So, what is the level of our kinship? Because we've bounced back and forth. Were
Sure.
we close friends back in the day? Were we something more? Were we just colleagues?
Right?
And I leave that in your hands.
Roommates.
Okay, Simon.
No, but a thing I'm throwing an idea out there, regardless of your kinship. What if upon that visit at the circle that day, Vilgefortz damaged someone, hurt someone for reasons that are left to him and him alone. I mean, he was a very mentally stable person. And
That's putting it mildly.
uh-huh.
Ooh.
And so maybe like the Flaminica or the Hierophant of the Circle went in and like tried to have a chat, a stern talking to Vilgefortz, and ends up getting hurt. And basically, you know, as the circle is about to turn on the visitors, Saban notices Gulshan surreptitiously healing that other person. And being like, oh, okay, so you're not like the others that were here, that came here. Like, that could be a thing where, like, if you need, like, a sign of, oh, he's not a complete psychopath.
Right.
Throwing this out.
Yeah. I do like there being some evidence that, like, that Gulshan, I know that you're not, like, maybe the way that I would have enacted some kind of revenge would have harmed everyone, and I don't want to do that. The moment wasn't right for that.
Or
But
worse,
I'm-
gotten yourself killed.
Sure, yeah. I think if we go back to the original, if we still like visit that moment, like the OG days, what is your fine art as an elf?
I'm human.
Oh, you're a human. Oh, you're just really old.
Human mages are
Right.
more or less immortal.
Damn. All right, fair enough. What if then like long ago when we met the first time, I played music for you,
Oh,
and
damn,
like
I am such bad.
we had this like thing, and maybe it was romantic, maybe it was kinship. We can explore that later in flashbacks.
Yeah.
But like there was this like musical relationship that we had, and then a century later you hummed the tune that I played, and it just made it like, oh, I can't do this now. I still want that guy dead, but I'm not doing it now because there was this like moment. It was like, remember, we have this thing, and I'm gonna like use that to stay your hand real quick. Would that work?
I mean, absolutely. I think here's the thing, right? Where fundamentally speaking, Gulshan believed in all the propaganda at the end of the day. He bought into the fantasy, but he was not nearly as bloodthirsty. And that's the reason why he ended up locked underneath a dungeon. Not underneath, inside a dungeon while the actual coup was happening. And not,
Gotcha.
Joining aside, because
They knew that he wouldn't do it.
yeah,
Yeah.
and he didn't, right? So like he would try to stay your hand. He would want to make sure you don't get hurt, especially if whoever the archdruid is.
Oh yeah, because
Whichever-
you would know that my character would have died.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, I love this. Okay, cool. So we're gonna need to come up with who this person is who's still alive. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I love that.
Is that person going to be your rival?
My childhood rival.
Your childhood rival. Okay.
Maybe he's another elf.
Could
I'm
for
almost-
to be childhood rival, they would have to be an elf.
Or do they have to be a human because of the brotherhood?
No.
They can be any
I-
race species as part of the brotherhood. The question becomes, because like Vilgefortz went out of his way to seduce a bunch of people, and he had a preference for women. Is that what happened here? Was your rival, was she someone who got seduced by Vilgefortz in an open way like that?
Hmm.
She doesn't necessarily need to be an elf though, because if you think about it, Simon, Vilgefortz was also a druid turned mage. That could be their path too, whoever they are.
Yeah, it's just because of the word childhood, it needs to be someone that can live 150 years. doesn't have to be an elf either. Could be, because I mean, the circle doesn't have only druids. There are lay people that are also druid in name, if you will, but that live with you, work with you.
Dwarves, gnomes.
So yeah, that could be.
I do like the idea of this recruit that we're circling around. That, well, actually, I think in my sheet they were male.
Oh, it's up to you.
Hold on a second. Yeah, their power is knowledge.
Yeah,
it's male,
the
but I
rival
could change
is,
that. I could just change that to a female and say that, like, you know, she had that cruelty in her, and that's why she was an attractive recruit, and why she was a childhood enemy for me. And so that could work.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So came to the circle with Vilgefortz. That was Gulshan. And then left with, quote unquote, no, wait. Yeah, left with rival.
Right back.
Okay.
So that rival is not the same as, just making sure of certain things. That rival that we're talking about is not the same as the rival that took your romance, or is it the same?
Not the same. So
Not
this
the same.
rival did not take my romance. This is a whole nother different person. This is the enemy that I have
From childhood.
From childhood that humiliated me. They are powerful, based in knowledge, and they were recruited into the Brotherhood. And Gulshan was the one that stopped me from getting myself killed in trying to get revenge for whatever she did.
Okay. Then I'm gonna have another question for you. Let me just note this down. Stopped Saban from doing something he regret. Awesome. Question, my dear Saban. That childhood rival, is it also that most influential friend?
Ooh.
Because we still have to decide that. Do we
Right.
add an ally who would be your childhood friend who may or may not be still alive? We can roll for that and all that. Or you take one of the people that you rolled in your life path so far. So it could be your lover, your childhood enemy, which makes sense. Could be female relative. And have, well, mind you, influential friend was a criminal. Would make sense for the childhood enemy, even though they could have, turned a new page, joined the circle, but they were a criminal for a while when you were growing up, back when they were your friend or something. I don't know. I'm throwing ideas out there.
Yeah.
Could be a romance, could be whatever. But like, is it? Because if they are that most influential friend, then it adds like another layer of friend to enemy.
Right.
And that might be interesting, if ever you face them again, right? Because that's never gonna happen.
That's right. My most influential friend is a criminal, and then my childhood friend came from like me being from an entertainment family, right? So actually, what if Goshen, you are my childhood friend? From me being an entertainment family. Is that doable, or does that mess things up, Simon? Does this need to be an NPC?
It really depends. It could be doable. The thing is where was Gulshan 120 years ago? That's the thing. Because now we're talking about retconning maybe a little too much of...
Let's see. 120 years ago was what, 1254? No,
No,
not
11.
1254. That was 1154.
11. So look at 1130 to 1150, basically.
Yeah.
I
Somewhere
mean, oh, look
before
at that.
Falcos
Lara Doran was alive.
Somewhere between, around the Day of Fire, between the death of Lara Doran and Falco's Rebellion, like somewhere around there.
Yeah.
If you were in an entertainment family, were you like traveling troubadours?
Probably.
So I was a full-on mercenary back in the day. I'd travel with a bunch of troubadours, sure. Yeah, that makes sense. And then when I started to want to actually chase down my talent for magic more and more, I'd come and visit the circle that you're in. That makes a lot of sense, actually.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
Childhood buddies.
Okay.
I
Love
mean,
that.
you were a child. I was a bit older.
Sure. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is my childhood friend, not
Yeah.
And then so my most influential friend is this criminal. We need to figure out who that is. Maybe there is a okay.
We can also pause it because we still have to do Joanna.
Okay.
And
Fair.
so maybe we can have those ties in also with, like, well, mind you, you're talking about childhood friends, right? Influential friend.
This is now my most influential friend, which doesn't have to be childhood. Correct?
Which
It can just
yeah,
be-
that's it. So it could have something linked to Joanna's backstory as well, because by virtue of being a human, of course, it would be more recent. But it, your most influential friend could be someone you've met recently and not, hundreds of years ago.
Okay.
Could be.
Okay.
I don't know.
Are
if,
you?
if-
Here's a weird ass question. Are you? Because you can be a full elf, right? But you can also be, not a full elf. Are you a full elf?
I think I'm a full elf. But what are your thoughts there? Like, what is the?
I'm just asking because, technically speaking, those who are half elven live pretty long anyway. So all the same traits apply, and they're not makeable in the TTRPG. They're not. There's no set rules for them, so you can pick and
it's
choose which
not
one you are.
yeah, it's not a race per se, as in D&D.
Sure.
It's more like a character choice.
Right.
But it would, for Gorvalen, especially for the time period, it would make sense if you came from a mixed household. But also, you could be not. I'm not like
Yeah.
judging
I
you.
mean, I'm certainly open to it. I just don't know what it means in this world. To be a free person.
Nothing different too much, aside from the fact that once the wars begin, so the First Northern War, which was roughly 50 years ago, I think, something like that. Once that starts, that's when both elves and humans are gonna hate you, because you have
Both.
You have both,
Mhm.
but it's also because the elves will see you, like, will be jealous of the fact that maybe your character can pass for human. Maybe they don't. We don't. I don't know that.
Right.
But if they do, then that's already like a point of contention, because, well, you can avoid eating all the shit that other elves have to go through. You're going to be burned at the stake at some point, but you're going to be last on the list, right?
Right.
They're gonna do full elves first.
That's funny.
But at the same time, humans are like, no, you're half elf, and so the moment the Scoia'tael comes into play, and they start attacking the north, and mostly being, committing a lot of war crimes, humans turn even more against non-humans, because they're like, well, you're all in leagues against us, because of course,
Right.
every minority is a monolith. We all know that.
Yep. I believe
And
that.
so
Mhm.
you would be lumped in with that. There are only a handful of half elves in the book, so there's not a whole lot of examples that we can pick from.
Sure.
But like some of them looked exactly like humans, and yet they had like elven eyes.
Yeah, little signs,
yeah.
little traits that
And some showed absolutely no signs whatsoever.
And some just look more elven in general. You know, still have pointy ears.
Sure.
Maybe had a beard though.
Yep.
I think, yeah. I haven't really considered this. I'm open to it. I just need to sit with it a little bit more, I think.
Yeah.
And kind of figure out what that would do. I'm not against it.
But like, whether you are or aren't, you're still 150 years old. So,
Sure. Okay.
that doesn't change unless you want to change your age. But I mean, then
I'm
we
good.
might have to change a bunch of stuff.
No. I'm quite happy with the setup, and I really like these, like the gentle touch tones where, like, for both of these characters, Saban has like had a moment in the past where the relationship wasn't yet understood to be important,
Mm-hmm.
and then now it's like, oh, this is actually a critically important person to
Yeah.
Saban.
It's
That
kind of
feels
how
good.
fate works.
Right. I love it. Feels good.
Then in that case, I believe, my friends, that this would be the end of our session tonight.
It would.
Okay. Well, thank you all for inviting me in and giving me a place to make this lovely little druid.
Yes, I can't wait to see more of Saban. But before we go, I will pass the mic around to my fabulous cast of players. Tell us who you are, where we can find you, all the good stuff that you have going on in your life. Normally, we also do sharing love, so like the moment, the moments that shine for you and all that tonight. That was character creation. If you have love to share, go ahead. But I mean, there hasn't been a lot of things that happened today. So, but that said, to put him on the spot because he's the newbie, and let's say this is the hazing thing. David, you're first with your outro.
This is the gentlest hazing. I absolutely love it. Thank you. Hi, I'm David from High Shelf Collective. I run games and stream over there, and I'm thrilled to be over here joining this Witcher game. I'm doing some game prep, so I don't actually have a game that I'm running right now on my channel, but I am working on putting everything together. So either way, I'm thrilled to be doing this every week. This is going to be just a ton of fun, and I love this. I love this system and the way you run it, and I'm just really, I'm excited. So thank you for having me and letting me be part of the fun.
Well, thank you so much for coming, and thank you for agreeing to take part in this game. And I can't wait to see more of more of Saban and more of the dynamic between him and the other party members. Speaking of other party members, I'm gonna go down on the overlay to the next row, and we'll start with Asa.
That's me. I'm Asa. I'm Hannah. You can find me on Instagram at Animation Studios or Blue Sky at Just Plain Animation. And at the moment, this is the only stream thing I'm doing, and I'm super, super happy to be here. I'm super happy that you're here, David. I'm so excited to play with you again. It's been forever, it feels like. So I'm so stoked for when we finally get started and have all of the characters like meet each other in the actual game and get the shenanigery running. So thank you again for being here, and but I don't know, good session.
Whoa, David disappeared.
BRB.
David left. Okay, bye.
Message in
okay.
the chat. Part BRB.
Sorry, I didn't see it. Cool. Well then, last but certainly not least, Golshan.
Hello, my name is Nordli Kadir. My pronouns are he, him. I play Gulshan Nasir, the Bloodwelt, whose pronouns are also he, him, the Witch of Ban Masid. And you can find me everywhere. I will be on stream tomorrow at Bad House RPG right here on Twitch, storytelling a game of Vampire the Masquerade with some of my friends and alongside my fellow co-storyteller, Lamia. Very exciting. lots of things have happened so far, and we're starting off with a big swing. That's a little spoiler for you. There's going to be a big, terrifying swing. So come in for that. I also stream, join Prax on Prax Gorth as before his channel to play Witcher every Sunday, and also to play Fate every Tuesday. You can check those out over there. Other than that, I write for tabletop games, and there's a lot of other secret things in the works that I can't talk about. Oh, and a video game. I write a video game.
I was going to say, at worst, you can at least say that.
Look, I have too many things going on. I go by Werewolf Fields over on Blue Sky. That's enough. I'm done. Oh, actually, no, I do have some love for Cody, maker of this game. Good job.
Thank you, Hannah. Thank you, Norden, for being here today. We're going to have you back with us next week as we begin Chapter 3 of our tale of Witcher, Time of Judgment. I am Simon at Wandering DM. I was your GM for tonight. You can find me tomorrow as we on Trooper SJP's channel for Into the Summerlands, as I reprise the role of my very, very hot half-orc. And we are probably going to go in a well, or we're going to bring rich tourists to die in a dungeon. It's either or, but it's a first edition D&D campaign. First time in my life I finally get to play first edition, and it's a lot of fun, and we've made a lot of very interesting characters. That said, you can also... Is that the command? Yes, the trailer, and of course now there's a bunch of news that came out for it as well, but as some of you might know, I am the lead narrative designer on Vampire the Masquerade Eternal Whispers, which is a CRPG that I cannot say when it's coming out, but it takes place in the universe of Vampire the Masquerade, specifically in Montreal. It is a CRPG, you make your character, tons of cool stuff, choices and consequences. You should definitely give it a look and wishlist it on Steam. The link is in chat right now. Other than
Come out
that...
in the future.
Huh?
It'll come out in the future.
It'll come out in the
Confirm
future.
that.
And because this is a Witcher stream, and I got it made to celebrate another Witcher campaign and my work on Tome of Chaos, here is... it's kind of hard to show
Sweet.
it.
Yeah, yeah.
There you go. There you go. So I got...
It looks amazing.
Yeah. My cool Witcher sign tattoos that I got on Friday, and it's all being scabby and stuff, but
Congratulations.
gonna heal.
Looks amazing.
I'm super happy. Yeah, I designed it myself. So that was love to me, I guess. I don't do that often. Thank you everyone for coming. We will see you next week. Let's just look real quick if there is someone we can raid. PB. Let's go and raid PB, who is playing games. Heaven will be mine. So let's go say hi to PB. And we will be back next week, everyone. Have a good week. Bye-bye.